I've assaulted him twice already, and it's just the first time.
Thank you, Robert.
McKinney, all good?
We're good. We're live.
We're live. Okay, players, parents, and everybody in the audience, welcome to our first national championship final match of 2025. Give these gentlemen a hand for reaching the National Political Science Team. We have Evan, who is our defending JV national champion. We have Robert, our defending varsity national champion, the National History Bee. And 4 other players, Abraham, Ashwin, Rajiv, Ahulan. Should be a great match. It's a packet of 35 questions. Just confirming that, yeah. Using our 6-5-4-3 -2-1 scoring system. You all know how that works. The magic number to go out is 40. Confirm? Yep, confirming 40 for that. Okay, so first to 40 will take gold, and the national title, second, silver, and so forth. Obviously, we will break ties at the end for all 6 slots. Okay, we'll do the obligatory buzzer check, and then we'll get started. So on my left, tell us your name and your school and its hometown and state.
Hi, I'm Evan. I am from Northwest High School in Germantown, Maryland.
Okay, go ahead and buzz. All good, number 3.
I'm Ahulan. I'm from Poolesville High School in Poolesville, Maryland.
Okay, go ahead and ring in. On red 4. Next up.
I'm Abraham. I'm from Green Hill School in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Okay, go ahead and ring in. On red 5. Next.
I'm Robert. I'm from Chris Christie's proud alma mater, Livingston High School in, you'll never guess, Livingston, New Jersey. And awesome work. Yep.
I'm Rajiv. I'm from Darien High School in Darien, Connecticut.
Okay.
I'm Ashwin. I'm from Mission San Jose High School in Fremont, California.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so I know since the microphone is on, there is a little bit of an echo, but it should be okay. Players, I'll read at a good pace, but not speed reading. Everybody ready? Okay, everybody in the audience, please, cell phones off. Good luck to all of you. Let's play, toss up 1. Pierre Mendès France spearheaded one country's delegation to this conference a decade before serving as prime minister. Fred Vinson was part of the US delegation to this conference alongside Harry Dexter White. Bretton Woods for 6 to Robert, start us off. 2. In a long shot 2006 run in a primary for the US Senate, this person notably jumped into the C&O Canal while wearing a business suit. This author of the 2017 book, The Case for Impeachment, developed one creation based on an earthquake prediction system invented by the Russian geologist, say it again? Lichtman is good for 5 over 2, that's, sorry, it was Abraham, right. Okay, number 3. This letter was sponsored by the American Institute for Economic Research and was touted by Scott Atlas. This letter was authored by epidemiologist Sunetra Gupta, biostatistician Martin Kulldorff, and future NIH director Jay Bhattacharya, who advocated for a practice of focused protection for vulnerable populations. This letter was criticized by Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus for suggesting that herd immunity was a viable strategy. For the points, name this open letter authored during the COVID-19 pandemic, which opposed lockdowns and social distancing.
Reopen, like return to work.
No, sorry, it's a -1. Time, this is called the Great Barrington Declaration. So it's -1 for Ahulan. To 4. This person coined the term tellurocracy to describe a land expansion-based society in contrast to thalassocratic societies. A book by this person titled The Fourth Political Theory rejected democracy, Marxism, and
Muammar Gaddafi.
No, -2. And fascism. This person's daughter, Daria, was killed in a 2022 car bombing that was blamed on the National Republican Army. This person who founded the National Bolshevik Party also authored the Foundations of Geopolitics. Putin's brain is the nickname of, for the points, what far-right Russian philosopher, the founder of Neo-Eurasianism?
Ilya Repin.
No, -1. Time. Sort of surprised we stumped you with Alexander Dugin. To toss up 5. In a disquisition on government, John C. Calhoun argued that this situation was impossible and exists purely as a hypothetical. The right to security in life, liberty, and property were listed as the laws of this situation by John Locke in his second treatise on
Nature?
nature. Yes, 5 points over to Abraham. Takes the lead, extends the lead. To 6. With Jed Rubenfield, this person published the triple.
Amy Chua?
6 points, nice buzz. Toss up 7. In the West Wing episode titled for this event, Matt Santos and Arnold Vink agreed to a live televised debate while standing in a kitchen. At one of these events, Mitt Romney joked, "It's nice to finally relax and wear what Ann and I wear around the house." Donald Trump called Kamala Harris's choices sending a pre-recorded message to this event.
Convention speeches?
No, -2. To this event, deeply disrespectful. For the points, name this annual white tie fundraiser.
Al Smith dinner.
Al Smith dinner for 4, yes, it's Abraham, halfway home. We'll turn to number 8. This person has faced controversy for citing the Unabomber as an underrated subversive thinker, as well as for calling a Muslim opponent a terrorist sympathizer. This person co-wrote 0 to 1, a book on startup creation with
I was gonna say Peter Thiel. No answer.
Time, -2. Peter Thiel. As a political candidate, this person finished second in a primary race to replace Debbie Lesko, losing to Abraham Hamadeh.
Blake Masters.
He's good for 5. Number 9. The Public Eye Awards were given in protest of this organization, which objected to Saudi Arabia's Future Investment Initiative Institute using the name of the host city of its summits. This organization's recent meetings have been...
World Economic Forum.
That's good for 5. Rajiv. Bring the page to 10. This person served as Joe Biden's ambassador to the Holy See, and while in office, this person... 6 points, nice buzz. Down on the end to Evan on the board. 11. The construction of this building, which had solar panels installed during a 2014 roof renovation, spared the nearby Sewell Belmont House, the former headquarters of the National Women's Party. This building's lobby and atrium contains the Alexander Calder sculpture Mountains and Clouds, for which Chris Murphy led restoration efforts. For the points, name this newest...
No. I don't know. Connecticut State Capitol.
No, -2. Newest congressional building, which was completed in 1982 and named for a Democratic senator from Michigan.
Philip Hart Building.
That was good for 3 points on the end to Evan. To 12. The majority decision in this case was written by Sandra Day O'Connor, who applied the undue burden standard. This Supreme Court case, which named the governor of Pennsylvania.
Planned Parenthood v. Casey.
Yes, that's good for 5 points to Rajiv. 13. This person is the namesake of a center at the Wayne State University Law School that promotes education on legislative oversight. From 2007 to 2015, this person serves as the chair of the U.S. Senate Committee on Armed Services, which oversees the annual National Defense Authorization Act, and this person served on the Detroit City Council from 1970 to 77. For the points, name this Democratic senator.
John Dingell.
No, -2. Democratic senator from Michigan who served from 1979 to 2015 and sponsored the U.S. Whistleblower Protection Act of 1989. 11, just getting it in for 3 points. Abraham, potentially just 2 questions away. 14. This constitutional clause was found to be violated by the Line Item Veto Act of 1996, as decided in the case Clinton v. City of New York. The legislative veto was found to violate bicameralism and this clause in the case Immigration and Naturalization Service v. Chadha. Per this clause, both the House of Representatives and the Senate must pass an identical law, which is then given for approval by the President. For the points, name this constitutional clause that explains how congressional bills become laws. Time, this is the presentment clause. 215. This person won an upset mayoral primary against Carl Stokes after Congressman Kwesi Mfume declined to run. And this person served as Joe Biden's commissioner of the Social Security Administration. O'Malley, 6 points. Nice buzz. Over on the end to Evan from the state of Maryland. 16. This person was defeated twice as a Republican candidate in the Kentucky gubernatorial elections.
Daniel Cameron.
No, nice too. In 1871 and 1875, this person authored the majority opinion in Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad Company v. City of Chicago, which required states to compensate citizens for seizure of land. This person, who served as a colonel in the Civil War, was the lone dissenter. Harlan, yes, for 4 points to Rajiv. 17. Agencies created through these agreements include the New England Board of Higher Education and the Port Authority of New York.
Interstate compacts.
Yes, good for 6 points to Robert. 18. In a 2022 speech to the Federalist Society, this judge called for a boycott of hiring Yale Law School graduates due to alleged cancel culture. In an interview, this judge claimed a president or governor's decision to declare migrants an invading military force was non-judiciable, thus arguing that birthright citizenship can be halted by executive action. From 2008 to 2010, this judge was the first Asian American to serve as Solicitor General of Texas. For the points, name this Taiwanese American Circuit Court Justice who was appointed by Donald Trump in 2018. Time, this is James C. Ho or He, says on the paper. 19. This party won a 2024 election as part of a coalition ticket with People's Power. This party's right-wing shift resulted in its expulsion as an observer of the Party of European Socialists in 2023. One leader of this party advanced anti-Western, pro-Russian global... No, -2.
VSW?
No, -2. Anti-Western, pro-Russian global war party conspiracy theory claims following the 2022 invasion of Ukraine. This party, which has won every major election in its country since its formation in 2012, was created by the oligarch Bidzina Georgian Dream. You got it for 5 points. Good buzz. Last possible buzz of the question. Okay, to toss up 20. This person extensively used primary state legislative documents to write the book Lincoln's Preparation for Greatness. This Democrat served as lieutenant governor with Republican Richard Ogilvie and helped craft one state's current constitution. This senator finished second to Dick Gephardt in the 1988 Iowa caucuses, and he was portrayed by future Senator Al. No, -2. Al Franken on Saturday Night Live. For the points, name this Democratic politician known for his horn-rimmed glasses and bow ties, who is not to be confused with a popular singer of the same name. Time. Audience, anybody?
Paul Simon.
Paul Simon, yes. Hang on. This person faced comparisons to Gary Johnson for asking, "What's a Uyghur?" on a podcast with Hugh.
Suarez.
Nice, but 6 points. 22. In the context of this clause, corporations are not considered citizens according to the case Paul v. Virginia, which involved the insurance industry. In Corfield v. Coriel, this clause and the Commerce Clause were found to have been violated in a New Jersey law that banned non-residents from harvesting oysters. For the point, identify this Article 4 clause of the Constitution, which ensures that states must treat citizens from other states without discrimination. And no, -1. No, -1. Time, this is the Privileges and Immunities Clause, or I would have accepted the Comity Clause.
Hey, can I call time? I just have a discrepancy. I have Rashid with 9.
Okay, check
Let me
that.
go over his scores. I had -1 after 4, -2, question 8 for -3, a 5 on question 9, bringing him to 2, -2 on 10, bringing him to 0, 5 points on 11, bringing him to 5, and 4 points on 16, bringing him to 9. 1 point difference, but every point counts.
Absolutely. Let's confirm that. Chris, do you have?
Okay,
You want me to go over the?
yes. So, let's see here.
Want me to go over the questions again?
Yeah, let me see what you have, because I'm sync.
Okay. So his first answer, number 4, and neg 1.
Yes.
Then the next answer was on 8, he had a neg 2. Why we do this?
Yes. Six and six. Okay, so there were 3 negs on, or there were 2 negs on Elspeth. Okay. It's on 1 neg on Elspeth. Okay, so. Abraham got 4 on Elspeth, and Bridget got -2 on Page. Abraham got. I think I just got out the same variable days. So.
Anybody else keeping the score?
Yeah, it's question 16 was 4 or 5, I think that's the you want one. Question 16 was 4 or 5.
Dave, do you remember the question?
Question 16 was John Marshall Harlan.
Said descent. I was on the word descent.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah, and it's 9.
Yeah.
So it'd be a total of 9 then?
That would be 9.
Which makes sense.
That's
That's
what
great
I have.
procedure.
Yep, that's what we,
Okay, we're good with Rajiv at 9?
Like
I think
Chris,
so.
like Chris.
I just need to get.
check the 16.
It's good to do score checks after.
5, yeah.
Though at the same time, it's basically good.
Yeah.
If what you have corresponds to that,
Then you know we're good.
yeah, but no, it's
I caught it, but then I'm trying to keep
fair enough.
accurate scores while the competition's going
Yeah.
on, and I had to interject
Yeah,
sooner rather than later.
yes. Okay.
We're on toss 23. Those players are
So it's on 12.
13.
Oh.
Yeah, beginning. Okay, what's the discrepancy? What's the,
Just getting, so,
Chris, if you get out of sync, you have to let us know.
yes, I know. There's- Avalon got 19 for 3, which was 19. No, wait,
19 was Jordan and Green.
I got
Okay,
that.
and then
I got that one four or five. Five, okay.
Okay, Ashwin, okay, Ashwin, the second name. On Georgia, okay. And then 20 went to, okay. After Ashwin, 21, Ashwin got 6. Abraham -1. Ashwin -1. And then we're going into toss of 23. Okay.
So
I
take
have
your,
I have Abraham. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. There you go.
Ashwin -2 or -1?
Last one.
Okay, hold on.
Everyone was saying
Yeah,
seven.
Rajiv is 9.
Can we confirm all the scores starting with Abraham?
Yes. Okay, so we only, okay, so question 22 went dead after 2 -1s. Okay.
and you're on 23. Okay, all right.
Finish 22.
Okay, let's go to scores. Let's do scores.
Okay. Abraham 32.
I still have Abraham at
27.
27.
Everyone is 27.
Yeah.
The only issue was Rajiv.
Yeah, there's no other issues.
Yeah.
What was the answer line on number 8, please?
The answer of number 8 was Blake Masters.
Blake Masters. Abraham,
Yes, I said that.
you got Blake Masters?
Yeah, I did.
And Evan's last correct answer was what? For 3 points?
I think I'm getting 6 on 15. That's the most recent one I wrote on.
Well, let's see if we can find where the 5 is. Okay, so we have Robert with 8,
Yes,
Evan 16.
that's where I need to help there.
Okay, Evan, where's Evan? You're at 16? Were you keeping score on your own? Robert, you have that?
What was your
My
last
scores are all
what
like
was your
about
last
the
3
same,
points?
so.
I have it at 13, unless it was last question.
Yeah, you get 22. Okay.
But the team had all the other scores right, it's just Rajiv was 1 point off.
Yeah, I think, but
Yeah,
I just
I-
wanted to be sure the last couple of questions, since I was trying to get David's attention, I didn't miss something, so. Question 22 went dead, can you confirm that, David?
Question 22 was,
3 next.
yes,
Was it 3 names or 2 names?
it was 3.
So who was the third Nick?
Well,
I have -1 for Abraham, a -1 for Ashwin,
Yes.
and I
it may have
missed,
just been 2.
okay.
No, it was 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah should be too positive.
Yeah, I have all.
That score is not what we have in front of us.
Yeah, I have all on positive 2.
Yes. Evan with 13, Robert with 8, Rajiv,
You was Evan at 13.
yes.
Okay.
And Rajiv has to get back to
What
9.
do you have as Evan?
Robin, Evan is 13.
Evan's last correct answer goes a 6-pointer back on 15,
Okay.
I got name 2.
and then a -2.
Okay.
So that's all right, Evan?
Name 2 on 19.
We have Ricky to next.
Sit down.
Ivan.
That's what started all this.
15.
The scores up there right now are correct.
I agree with the scores that are on right now.
Okay.
All right.
That's correct, what you have.
Yes.
Okay. If there's any discrepancy, 1, 2, or 3, you guys gotta holler after the question. During the question.
Okay, Chris, just collaborate with Tim and we're on paper for the rest of the round.
Please, yeah. We are on toss of 23. Sorry, players. Focus. Toss up. In 2016, one city concluded that this former city councilor had improperly used influence regarding clients of the company Deco Labels and Tags. In 2018, a video was released in which this progressive conservative promised developers to open up a big chunk of the green.
Doug Ford.
Doug Ford for 5. Toss of 24. This term appeared for the first time in a 1979 issue of Virginia's Daily Press discussing its namesake syndrome. The terms banana and cave are often seen as variations of this concept, whose supporters were found by Michael Gerard to oppose social services, waste disposal facilities, and low-income housing. Regarding racial...
Champagne socialism?
-2. Regarding racial segregation, redlining can be seen as an extension of this concept as applied to
Institutional racism?
no, -2, entire neighborhoods. For the points named this 5-letter acronym. No, I cannot take that. I'm sorry, you pluralized it. That's -2 as well. It's NIMBY. I said 5-letter. Toss of 25. This person's statue in the US Capitol is displayed alongside Sarah Benaluca and was requested to be taken down by Brian Sandoval. A piece of legislation named for this person resulted in the creation of the Subversive Activities Control Board, which was sued by activist William Albertson. It's not Joe McCarthy, but this person sponsored the Internal Security Act, which required all communists to register. Pat McCarran is good for 5. Toss of 26. One organization founded by this person was the subject of the documentary 16 Decisions. This person proposed the creation of the anti-corruption Nagarik Shakti political party, and this person founded one financial institution at the University. That's good for 6. Toss of 27. Shalonda Young directed this office during the Biden.
The OMB?
Say it again?
The OMB?
Yes, 6 points. Nice buzz. 28. In 1997, this politician was sentenced to prison for racial hatred after reading the Soldier's Prayer.
Erdogan.
6 points. Nice buzz. 29. In a 2022 electoral victory, this person fended off primary challenges from Louis Gohmert and George P. Bush. This person...
Preston?
No.
Oh, Ken Paxton.
Yes.
I would have said it even if,
Yeah, and that's good for 6 points.
That's -2 for Evan.
Yeah.
And 6 for Sean.
That is correct. 30. This agency was sued by CELA Law LLC in a Supreme Court case which ruled that the president could remove its director. The lawsuit English v. Trump concerned who? No, -2. Who would lead this agency after its first director, Richard Cordray, resigned, with Donald Trump choosing Mick Mulvaney as the replacement. This agency's creation was enabled by the Dodd-Frank Act and was proposed.
The CFPB.
CFPB is correct for 5 points for G. We have 5 questions to play. Do these scores correspond?
Just give me a second. Yes, they do.
Okay. 31. This person was criticized for sitting while greeting leaders during
Yeshiva.
6 points. Nice buzz. 32. This party and its candidate became known as the Barbarians of the North, and this party was supported by Luthier's ladies. The Green Ecological Party joined this party in the Alliance for Change, and this party's candidate...
Morena?
No, -2. And this party's candidate was able to win the 2000 election, marking the first office. Pan for 5. 3 to play. 33. This woman won a 2022 primary election against Mo Brooks after Donald Trump.
Katie Brett.
6 points. Abraham potentially run away. 34. This leader's party emerged from the National Alliance and uses a tricolor flame symbol derived from one country's social movement.
Maloney.
Maloney is good for 6. And the last toss-up. This group acquired the policy review from the Heritage Institution in 2001. This group produces a podcast called Uncommon Knowledge, which is hosted.
Hoover Institution.
Is good for 6 points. He didn't need it. of Michigan. But before we go any further, we have a tie to break before fourth. If the scores correspond, just confirm that.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so Rajiv and Anuan, you're not done just yet. This is for fourth place. Just to the two of you, there are no names in tiebreakers per IAC policy, okay? Okay, toss up. Jim Sasser was besieged by protesters while holding this position due to the bombing of a certain facility within Belgrade. This position was held by John Huntsman Jr., Gary Locke, and Max Baucus during the Obama administration, and R. Nicholas Burns held this position during the Joe Biden administration. Donald Trump nominated David Perdue to this position.
Secretary of Agriculture?
No, to this position, which was preceded by chief of a liaison office until one country's recognition of Taiwan was dropped in 1979. For the point, name this diplomatic position held by an American working in Beijing.
U.S. Ambassador to China.
That's good enough. Fourth place. Okay, the scores are final. So, in ascending order, Nolan, can you help with the awards? I believe they're just down there. Okay, well, and as we call you up, Nolan will bring you your trophy. Political Science B Varsity, or plaque, as the case may be. Okay, yeah, bring both plaques and then do them two at a time. Okay, in sixth place, congratulations to Ashwin. Okay, fifth place going today to Ahilan. Okay, now the trophies. Fourth place off the tiebreak will go to Rajiv. Congratulations. Third place today is going to Robert. Second place to Evan. And the national champion in the Varsity National Political Science B, Abraham. Great job. Thank you, players, for being with us. We are finished for tonight, unless, yeah, this is it. Yeah, you had the exam earlier, right? Okay, yeah, good. Okay, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow for U.S. History B. I can make myself available for about 60 seconds for photos if you wish. Otherwise, good night. Congratulations.
Good job. Yeah, I did.
I will